Let's talk about something that's become a modern-day epidemic, the pressure to look wealthy when, you're not. In this explainer, we are going to tear down that financial facade piece by piece and give you a clear step-by-step plan to break free and start building real, actual wealth.
Oof, this quote right here, it gets straight to the point, doesn't it? It's that blunt, kind of uncomfortable truth for so many people who feel that insane pressure to keep up. It's that feeling you get when you swipe your credit card for a VIP night out, knowing your bank account is screaming no. That feeling? Well, that's the imposter luxury trap in a nutshell.
Okay, so before we can even think about fixing this, we have to get super clear on what the problem actually looks like. This first part is all about diagnosing the trap, so you can see exactly where and how it might be showing up in your own life. So the source material actually has a name for this, and it's a powerful one: financial pretentiousness. And it's not just, spending a bit too much. It's a whole pattern with a really simple but kind of sobering rule of thumb. If you can't buy something 3 times over with cash without wrecking your finances, you genuinely can't afford it. Simple as that. And where does this all happen? Well, the source calls it the imposter environment. This is that constant chase for the VIP tables you can't really afford, the fancy vacations that are all going on a credit card, all of it to build up this image of being elite. And a lot of times, the hope underneath it all is that this performance will, attract a certain type of person or open certain doors. But it's a house of cards, really, built on a shaky financial foundation.
All right, so identifying the problem, that's step one. But the real work, the game-changing part, starts with a huge shift in how you think. This next section is all about that essential pivot, moving away from chasing temporary status and toward building permanent stability.
And this is the question you really have to ask yourself. What are you actually chasing? Is it that quick hit of validation you get from a logo or getting past a velvet rope? Or is it that deep, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you are truly, genuinely financially secure? Because your answer to that question changes everything. Just look at this comparison. It lays it all out, crystal clear. On one side, you've got the facade. The status symbols, the brands, the appearances, all of it is just chasing that short-term social validation. But on the other side, that's the foundation of real wealth. A solid emergency fund, living debt-free, investing consistently, and having true long-term security. One is a performance, the other is real power. Now for the good stuff, the practical part. We're going to frame this next section like a step-by-step exit plan from a seasoned finance professor. This isn't about feeling bad, it's all about strategy. This is your budgetary reboot. It's time to take back control. Think of this whole thing as a financial detox. The goal is to flush out all those toxic spending habits and replace them with a system that actually works for you. What's coming up is your clear, actionable exit strategy. No more guessing, just a straightforward plan. And here it is, your 3 core steps. First up, a 30-day spending freeze on everything that's not essential. This is to break the cycle. Second, you're going to create what we're calling the anti-aspiration budget, a budget based on your real life, not your ideal Instagram life. And finally, you execute the savings goal swap, where you actively move money away from looking rich and put it toward actually being rich. And this table right here, this is where you really see the power. Look at the imposter budget, over $1,000 going toward temporary stuff like dining and shopping. Now look at the stability budget. We slash those and reallocate that exact same amount, a full $1,000, straight into an emergency fund and investments. That one change right there is the engine that builds wealth. So after the detox, after the reboot, you get to something new, a new way of living. This last part is all about what it means to be authentically rich and how you get to redefine what luxury means to you on your own terms without all that outside pressure. This right here, this is your new mantra: financial independence. That's the ultimate status symbol, not a car or a bag. True luxury isn't a 5-star hotel. It's the freedom from waking up stressed about money. Your focus shifts from your social media feed to your actual net worth, and you start living a life you can afford, which you'll find is so much better than the one you were pretending to have. So that brings us to the final question. After you strip away all the logos, all the expectations, all the social pressure, what does true wealth actually look like to you? Answering that question honestly, well, that's the real first step to getting there.